Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate it always. I wanted to assemble a couple of charms with you. These charms I did make and I did a couple of videos on them, as well as the ghost charms that I have also done a couple of videos on. But I wanted to assemble a couple of charms with you, and then towards the end we will organize some of my new Halloween charms. I wanted to keep them in the little containers that I already have them in, and I did a video on those, but then I was like, I really don't want to have all of those little containers because I don't have something to put them in yet, so I'd rather just put them all in one place. And so I have this organizer that I'm gonna put them all in, and so that's what we're going to do, just so that I can have them all in one place. And then maybe eventually I can get something, another container or something to do the little idea that I had with the smaller containers. And I'll show you the little containers in a moment. But I have been coating these charms, and I thought that that was a good idea because I didn't want them to tarnish. I don't know if they will, but I wanted to try and preserve them as long as I could. So I thought that maybe coating the back would be a good idea. So I have been working on that. I love the way that these clouds came out. I think that they came out really, really cute. We're just going to take either gold or silver jump rings and attach them to these clouds. That's what we're going to do. And then I think that I want to turn them probably into keychains. If I wanted to, I can turn them into earrings, or yeah, I could turn them into a keychain. I could really turn them into anything, into a necklace. I could add them to a bracelet. Maybe I will do that. Maybe save a pink charm. Maybe I'll make one of the pink clouds into a keychain, and then the other one I will make into, or add it to, a cute bracelet. I think that would be really cute. But yes, we are just gonna assemble these together. I hope that you enjoy it. This is a little bit of a switch up of content from what I normally do. I actually have done resin for quite a while. I just took a very, very large break on it. A little short story time. In my old apartment, this was, I don't know, over 5 years ago now. My very, very first apartment, I had discovered resin, and I had discovered all these molds, and that you could make your own jewelry, and you can do so much with epoxy or UV resin. There's a couple of different resins out there. There's different curing times. If you're new to resin, I would do your research first before you just jump into it. But I almost took myself out. I almost took myself out. At the time, I'm not sure if I knew how toxic it really was. If you don't know, if you're working with resin, you really need to stay protected. Your lungs, your eyes, your skin. Wear masks. I know that there's people that wear respirators, but I know those can get kind of pricey. But I would recommend just wearing some sort of mask. I would recommend maybe wearing glasses or goggles. I would also recommend putting a fan. Opening windows, of course, if you have windows, opening a door, maybe turning on a fan, and so that the fan is pointing, to blow out the door, something like that. Some sort of circulation. You don't really want to be trapped in a closed area with this stuff. So anyways, like I said, do your research first before you kind of dabble into this stuff, because it can be very dangerous. And I'm just going to tell you my opinion, and I don't want to scare anyone, but it was really scary. So this is why I actually do UV UV resin now. I really, really like UV resin because I don't have to mix it. I think what was happening was now this, I can't I do remember that I had my windows open, but I don't remember if I was wearing a mask, and that was probably on me. But I should have been wearing a mask. Uh, but again, I don't remember if I was or not because this was several years ago. But I just know the way that I felt. So I had been mixing up resin. If you know epoxy, you need to mix different ratios. So you need to mix. Let's say you have a part A and part B. You need to mix a certain amount of A, and then you need to mix the same amount, excuse me, with B. And they're two different bottles. You mix them together. But when you're mixing that, it kind of creates like I don't know. Can we say like a almost like an invisible vapor in the air? Like you won't see it, but you'll smell it. And resin does have a certain smell. So, anyways, I didn't think that it was going to affect me. I started to feel suddenly very ill, very, very dizzy. I'd never been that dizzy in my life. Not even like being, I get I get motion sickness, so I need to be careful when like I'm on, I don't know, like an amusement park ride or like, I don't know. That's why I really don't drink anymore, really, because I can't. I just can't. I don't like the feeling of being dizzy. Um, but anyways, so car rides, I gotta be careful, just because I don't know. I'm just super sensitive when it comes to like motion. So, anyways, um, but that stuff almost took me out. So I am mixing that stuff up. I started to get dizzy. And I'm like, what is that? Like, what? Why else would I have suddenly felt dizzy? You know, like it didn't make any sense. And normally we would always have, like, we had a porch and it was kind of split. So it was like half was mine and then the other half was my neighbors, but they were kind of like, they were separated. There was like a walkway in between. So, the neighbors shouldn't have been on my side, you know, type of thing. They're separated. It's not like we shared. But I remember the sliding glass door was always open. We always had that thing open all the time. Like circulation, fresh air is good, you know. So we had to have had that thing open. But I remember the just sick feeling that I was having, and I started to get nauseous to my stomach. Immediately, I had to stop doing what I was doing. I put it all away. I never touched it again for many, many years until just recently. Just recently. I think I did a couple of creations and I had been coating my clay nail stands with resin. So I've been dabbling, kind of getting back into resin again. But this is why you use UV resin now, because UV resin can go into a lamp, an LED lamp. I actually just got a specific lamp for resin by Let's Resin, the company, and I really, really like it. It does emit a good amount of light, and the light kind of spreads far out, so it can kind of cure more pieces at once, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so I really, really like it. But I say all that to say to just be very careful when it comes to resin. Please wear gloves, do all the things, wear all your protective stuff if you are going to be using this stuff. I mean, I'm using UV resin now and I'm still being very careful. So please be very careful. You can be prone to allergies if you don't wear gloves. Just be very, very careful. Please. Please, please. So yeah, that's just a little story time of what I went through, when I first started to use resin. So I had to take a big, big break on it. I said, I am not, I am not, I actually think I said I'm never using that stuff ever again. And I didn't even know that there was UV resin. So when I discovered resin and I could cure it within minutes instead of waiting days and I don't have to mix it. Oh yeah. I was like, yeah, this is the stuff that I'm gonna try to use now because I can cure it in minutes. I don't really have to touch it. Matter of fact, I don't have to touch the stuff at all. I squeeze it out of a bottle, you know. and the resin comes out beautifully. I have made several beads recently, and I'm actually looking at them right now, and my resin is very, very clear. I'm hoping that it doesn't yellow. I do have older pieces that the resin did end up yellowing, but they're very, very old pieces, probably my beginner pieces. But back then I didn't really know. I say back then like it was so long ago. um, I didn't when I first started with resin. I didn't really know that there was you could look for resin that is non-yellowing. So that is another tip. If you are looking for resin, look for non-yellowing. Make sure that it says non-yellowing. You want like super clear resin. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with the resin that you have to mix two parts. There's nothing wrong with it. You just have to be really careful. Just wear your PPE, all your protective stuff, and just be safe. Just be safe. Have fun, but be really, really safe with this stuff. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there, give you my little experiences with resin. But other than that, I love this stuff. It's so much fun. You see to the left, I have made a bracelet. These are beads that I have made that I have yet to finish. I still have to put the little silver caps in the middle of them. I have made several beads. If this is your first time seeing me kind of create or put these charms together, I did make those beads, and I have made several beads already, and I have made a couple of videos on them. If you just look back, I have like titles where it says custom beads or I made my own beads. So those are the videos that you're going to want to click on if you want to see the rest of my beads. They have been so much fun. It was kind of like a little series that I did. And now I'm taking a little break from resin. I wanted to save a bottle of UV resin for, I wanted to maybe take a couple of weeks with, a break on resin, and then I wanted to get back into it. So maybe in another couple of weeks, we will do some more creations. And the thing is, I do have the epoxy resin where you mix the two parts, and I'm so hesitant to use it. I'm really, really, I mean, if I have to use it, I have it, so I'm going to use it. But I still have yet to use it, and they're pretty big bottles. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So these are the little containers that I was talking about, that I was organizing all of my new Halloween charms in. These are little charms that I have not for nails, but I have been using for bracelets I have been making. They have been so much fun to make. I have been getting really creative with all these charms and beads, and it's been a lot of fun. A lot of people have been asking me if I'm selling any bracelets. Someone even asked for me to make some bracelets for a loved one of theirs, and I said absolutely. So I'm just waiting on to see if she will answer back what she really wants me to do. And because I'm not a business, I really don't I don't really want to I don't want to charge her for the little bracelets. Maybe I'll just send her a few. um but I thought it was really cute that people have been asking me if I have been selling or not, and I'm not right now. Maybe sometime in the future. You know what I was thinking of? If people do bracelets, what if we did like a bracelet swap or something, or a bead swap or something like that? Wouldn't that be fun? That would be fun. Or like I send you some bracelets and you send some nail art, or I send you some custom beads. I don't know. I don't know. Wouldn't that be cute? That would be really cute. I just thought of that. Like a little swap. That'd be cute. But anyway, so yeah. No, I'm not selling at the moment, but yes, I do want to maybe eventually in the future. I don't know. Um, Really, it's just I just started out making bracelets for myself. I just think it's a lot of fun. And if I could make them, for a friend or family member, that would be a lot of fun too. I actually have an Etsy account that I've had for quite a while, but you know, I would want to do a little bit of research first and see, check all the different sites and see where I would even want to even create a shop if I even wanted to do that. I know it's a lot of work. Um, but I would be down to do it. I want some sort of little shop, and it doesn't have to be big. I don't want it to be stressful. I want it to be fun, because if it becomes stressful, then that it just takes the fun out of it. You know what I mean? So, yes, we are going to take out after I put these charms in these containers. We're now going to take them out because I really didn't want all of these containers because I don't have anywhere to put all the little tiny containers for right now. So until I get something else to, organize them in the little containers here, then I don't know. Until then, they're gonna go in here. That's what I'm trying to say. So at the end, or when I'm done putting all these guys in, I'll show you a little overview of all the charms that I have. These are all the new Halloween charms that I recently got. So I want to put them to use. I want to make a couple more bracelets before Halloween even gets here. Not a huge Halloween person, but I like to do little cute stuff like this. But yeah, I wanted to let you guys know. What did I want to let you guys know? What did I want to let you guys? I wanted to let you guys know of. So I told you about the resin. What was I going to? I had something to tell you. What was it? I don't know. I don't know, and I'm gonna keep that in there because I love it. I love a natural video. I think it's a lot more fun. I edit slightly, not much, not much at all. Most of the time, it's a one take. It's really hard, but I just try to act like I'm talking to a friend, talking to a family member, just having conversation. That's kind of what I want you guys to feel. A lot of you also comment that they that they love the way that I sound like I'm just talking to you guys, having a conversation with you guys, and I love that because it's exactly what I want. Excuse me. That's exactly what I want. So yes, love it. The bracelet on my wrist, I don't know if I already told you guys. Most of you probably already know, but I did make all of the beads that you see on my wrist, the orange beads and the clear and glitter beads. I did make those. Everything else on the bracelet I didn't make, but I did make those beads out of resin. So I'm very proud of that bracelet. I think it came out really, really cute. And I hope that you like these charms. I think that they came out adorable. I'm going to probably finish the rest of them and the rest of the beads off camera. And then I'll show you guys what I come up with at some point. I don't know if I'm going to make them into keychains or earrings or what, but I'll let you guys know what I'm going to do. Thank you for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out. If you liked the video, make sure that you hit the like button. Turn on your post notifications so you can be notified every time I upload. I do appreciate your support. And if it's your first time being here, thank you so much for stopping by. I will see you guys in the next video. I truly, truly appreciate you being here. And until the next video, I will see you all soon. Bye.